What is up, gamers? The Red Dragon here, and we are taking a look at the original Ghost Recon. This game cost me many days off my life. I have spent so many countless hours playing this game till the wee hours of the morning with my buddies back in the day. This was really the game that got me started. So there's several reasons why I wanted to play this. Primarily, the reason that really put me in the mood was I was actually playing Ghost Recon Future Soldier, the beta, which I'm going to talk about later on. But first off, I thought, you know, with the game coming out, let's go back and see where the game actually started from. Check this out. You could bring up a tactical map. You could give orders to your teammates, either individually or as a squad, as a whole. You could tell them to go in, be a little meat shield, give waypoints, and they would find their way around. And it actually worked pretty darn well. They actually put in work. They actually kill people. You'll see that here in a little bit. This was some footage that I got on and I captured a little bit so I could show it to you. This is old GR. This is the original Ghost Recon. So it started out first person view only. It started out wide open worlds, big maps. I always like big maps. I pulled up the menu right there because I was going to turn off auto aim. If you didn't catch that that last time where it just kind of just auto zoomed in on his head. I'm sure PC players are loving that. They're probably about to have an aneurysm. But I mean, this was cool. I wish every game that was a military first-person shooter or a third-person shooter, whatever, featured a tactical map like this where you could give orders to your teammates and let you go beyond just random, mindless shooting people who's coming in at you, you know? So it gave you something else to do. It gave you something else to command and to think about, and you had to be strategic with where you set up your guys. But these guys were monsters. I mean, they put in a lot of work. So it was actually pretty nice because a lot of games you play nowadays, you have your teammates or your squad mates there with you, and they're usually just there for voice, comedic relief, you know. They're just there for visual looks or whatever, and they don't really put in a lot of hard work, and there'll be enemies in front, and they'll just be there forever shooting back and forth, and they won't ever kill each other, you know, and you have to actually kill them off. But this game, except for this period right here where I end up killing or getting like 3 of my teammates killed at one time, they usually do pretty good, actually. But who am I kidding? The AI is stupid, you know. Most games still stupid. But, you know, whenever I started first playing this game, I thought the graphics looked great. I thought that looked like real grass, and those looked like real people there, and looked like real blood and everything. And you know, every time something new comes out, you always think, "Oh, that's the best. It looks so real." And then here in a few years, you know, who knows what it's going to look like. But look at this. Teammate teabagging me, Eric Turner. I guess because I got 3 of his teammates killed. He's not even paying attention to the 3 enemies lining up behind him. He's sitting there worried about, I guess, teabagging me. So I'm not really sure what his problem is. But anyway, very rude. Not very nice that they programmed that in back then. But yeah, this game was amazing. And playing Future Soldier actually reminded me a lot of this game. And I have to say, this was actually my favorite Ghost Recon. As they progressed, as they evolved, they went into a third-person, over-the-shoulder point of view. And at that point, it kind of lost me. I still played them. I still enjoyed them. It still had, you know, a pretty cool storyline. You know, I always like Tom Clancy games, whether it's Splinter Cell or Ghost Recon or Rainbow Six. I mean, those were the games that, I mean, those are the ones I was playing as a kid growing up. So those are the ones that I usually pick up whenever they come out. So when you're sitting here and you're playing this, and it makes you really, I guess, appreciate where graphics have come, you know, and how straight edges, you know, aren't the end thing, you know, necessarily, but everything was straight edges back then. But it's really come a long way as far as graphics, as far as everything goes. But I still like the first-person view. But the way the beta was set up, the way they had it set up was that it was third-person over the shoulder most of the time, but if you zoomed in on somebody, then you could go into first person, and it actually flowed really well. And I don't know if it was just me, but the controls felt really natural, to be honest. So I'm hoping to eventually give you some Ghost Recon Future Soldier gameplay whenever the game is released and I am able to get my hands on it, hopefully. And so if you'd like to see that, definitely check that out. But this, for all you people who have been subscribed to me for a long time, a lot of you may, if you've been subscribed to me from the very beginning, you've probably saw End War. But before I had a recorder, before I was recording video games, this was it right here. This was spending countless nights. I mean, we just thought it was cool because you were playing with people from all over the country and all over the world, and you had a headset, and you're playing on your TV, and it was new, and it was cool, and it was awesome. And so Ubisoft, definitely looking forward to Ghost Recon Future Soldier coming out. Thank you, Eric Turner, for teabagging me. And thank you guys for checking it out and staying with me throughout this journey. If you want more tips, tricks, hints, be sure you subscribe. Check out my Twitter. Tweet me anytime at TW the Red Dragon. Don't forget the TW part, though, because if you leave that out, it's not going to work. It's going to send you to somebody else. All right, guys. That does it for me, the Red Dragon. Thanks for watching.